Hey everybody, welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire. Today is Saturday, July 6th, and I'm coming on today to show you a quick fun fold card. This fun fold is going to use the Attention Shoppers bundle. So I'm going to switch my camera over so we can get started. This is kind of an impromptu live. I usually try to go live on Mondays and Thursday was the 4th of July. So I thought I would come on live today. So here's this fun fold. And like I said, it uses the Attention Shoppers bundle. This is a really fun set if you like to do a little bit of coloring but don't want to have to get too complicated or too much shading. It's fun to color with blends. And there's a great happy birthday just for you. There's a thanks. Shopping is always a good idea, especially at Stampin' Up!, if I might say so myself. So there's a lot you can do with this set. It has dies that cut out the images and cut out a cool shopping cart. I haven't used the shopping cart all that much. I've got to get on that, but I do love the other images, and I've made a lot of cards with the other images. So let's get started with this one. As you can see, this is one that the card base is flat. It will still stand up, which I think is important. I like that. And it shows both sides of your designer series paper, your patterned paper. So I like that a lot, that you can see both sides. I seem to be having a little bit of trouble with my internet coming in and out. I don't know what's going on with that and if it's freezing for you. I hope not. Hopefully it will work on a replay if it doesn't work on this. So to get started, we are going to cut a piece of the 6x6 paper that I'm using, and this is the Full of Life bundle of paper, and I just love this paper. It has so many bright colors and bright patterns on one side. Oh, I haven't used that one yet. And then the other side has more like a watercolor wash kinds of patterns, and those are really pretty too. So it's a fun pack, and this is a great fold for the 6x6 paper because it uses most of that sheet for you. So let's see. I want to cut off, I think, some of this green over here. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut it to a 5.5 inch by 5.5 inch square. Oh, that side looks like the colors are all the same. Sometimes there's a progression of colors and you might want one color more than the other. Then I'm going to score this at 3 3/4, and I'm going to score it with the side facing up that I want to be over here. Now it's going to be, if I have this facing up, it'll be this side that will show. If I turn it this way, it'll be this side. So I'm going to go 3 3/4, and I'm going to score that right there. That's all we need of the trimmer. Always score lightly when you're scoring on your designer series paper because it's not as thick as the cardstock. So that's going to be our folded piece of paper. The card base is simply 5.5 by 4.25. 4.25, I got to check that, by 5.5. And so this piece of paper is going to go right on here, and I'm going to center it left and right. It's about 1/4 of an inch from each side. So I'm just going to put some Tombow. I think the liquid, that one's running out. Let's open this one. The liquid adhesive is good on this because you know me, I like my wiggle room. All right, so I'm just going to put this on here. And I'm using my grid paper to get it just about 1/4 of an inch from each side. There you go. And then that opens up like that. All right, and now eventually we're going to put these two pieces right here, but let's do a little stamping on this piece first. And I may actually glue it on one piece at a time, because once you put the bow on, it's a little bit harder to do the next step. So on this one, I'm going to do the same just for you, but I think I'll use the bouquet of flowers. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green this time, which I know I brought over here. Here it is. This piece is Granny Apple Green. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, I cut this cardstock mat and my white cardstock with the deckled rectangle dies. These are the 4th and 5th dies. So whether you count from the outside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or the inside 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's the middle 2 dies. And if you don't have the dies, you would just use rectangles, and I can post what size that would be. But the dies do give it a nice little deckled edge that I like a lot. All right, so I'm going to stamp just for you. Well, maybe on this one I'll put the just for you. No, I'm going to put it at the bottom. Sometimes I change things up when I go live, and then I don't always like it, and I think it's better to stick with the plan. Now I'm going to use my Memento ink to stamp the flowers. Memento is your best bet when you're going to color with the blends. And I pulled some colors that I think will match that paper. I have Granny Apple Green, and I have a little pumpkin pie, and I meant to get Blackberry Bliss. Let me find Blackberry Bliss. Do we have a Blackberry Bliss? I don't think we have Blackberry Bliss. If we do, I don't have it. Maybe Berry Burst? It looks like Berry Burst. Oh, and I have some Petunia Pop also. I think I'll take the orange out of there and go with these. So let's see. You'll see a fair amount of Berry Burst. So I think I'll make this wrapper that it's on. I'll make that Berry Burst. And these images are great. You don't really need to get into too much shading or too much fancy stuff. I like to do some shading, and stamp sets like Country Flowers are good for that. But this one is just smaller images. I'm going around the flowers a little bit. And you don't need to shade too much. I will do a little bit of the darker Berry Burst just on that side. Okay. And now for the flowers, I think I'll do some light Petunia Pop up here. It's looking a little bit like the like the Berry Burst. I think I'm going to need a little more contrast. Here's some Granny Apple Green. Oh, I missed a spot there. It needs to be Berry Burst. Let me grab, how about Pretty in Pink. That's what I meant to get. Some Pretty in Pink. This is the dark Pretty in Pink. Oh, that will be nice. You can do just as many colors for the flowers as you'd like. And how about, let's do one orange one in here too. There is a blackberry, Michelle? Well, I'm going to have to get on that. How did I miss that one? Add that to the list. You need a new crumb cake. And I'm writing down Blackberry Bliss blends. I better go through and check my blends. That's the second one I realized I was missing. Okay. So now let's get this ready. I got something on there. Oh, we're going to have to cover that up maybe with a little bit of bling. Hi, Julie. So I'm going to put this on. Oh, I still need the ribbon around that. So never mind. I'm going to glue this on. And then I'm going to tie my iridescent striped ribbon around the center of that. I am doing a stamp camp, a Fun Folds and More stamp camp in August that will use this set. It's going to use Attention Shoppers and this ribbon and some iridescent faceted gems and the Full of Life paper. So if you buy those 4 products from me, you get into the stamp camp for free. And the stamp camp will have 14 fun folds. It's all fun folds. And you'll get a make and take package for 7 of the fun fold cards that you can make with videos to watch at home and instructions. And then during stamp camp, we'll demonstrate 7 more fun folds. So that is guaranteed to be a fun day on August 17th. So let me know if you'd like more information. You do need to purchase those products from me or the equivalent if you already have them. There we go. There's our nice little ribbon on that. The DSP is called Full of Life DSP. Julie, it's really, really pretty and bright. So now I'm going to put that on there. I only want the adhesive on the left side, and I want to show you a little trick that I saw Rachel Tessman do. Stamp your art out. So she lined this up where she wanted it, and then you take a sticky note and put a sticky note even with where you want your adhesive to stop. Okay, so now I know I'm just going to put adhesive right here. Oh, I picked up the one that's running out again. And I'm putting enough down so that I'll have some wiggle room. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this. I'm looking at my grid lines. I want about 3 grid lines on either side. I'm going to put that on there lightly. And then I'm going to turn it over and make sure I'm straight. Okay, and then I can take my thing off, and I knew just where to put that adhesive. Love that wiggle room because I'm just not being very decisive about where I want that. Okay, So that is where that goes. Now, for the inside, I'm going to put thanks on this one. So I need to get that stamp out. I did happy birthday, I think, on the inside of this other one. So this one is Pretty Peacock and Boho Blue. And I have that one say happy birthday. Yeah, isn't that a great tip, Julie? I like that tip a lot about how to put on the adhesive for that using your sticky note. And I'm going to put thanks. It's always helpful to start with your paper straight if you want to get your sentiment straight. Now for this, I'm going to lay it on top of that. I'm going to put my adhesive on it, and then I'm going to shut the card. And that's going to go pretty much right where I want it. And I know it'll be behind this flap because it started out behind the flap. I need new plates on my Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. All right, and now a few of the, these are the iridescent faceted gems. These are so sparkly and, whoa, pretty. They have, I don't know if you can see this, sorry, but they have like a star die cut right into them. They are really bright and pretty, and they cover up imperfections very nicely, and you get a whole lot of these. There's maybe, I don't know, 100 on there? All different, there's 2 different sizes. There you go. So we have Just For You in this one. And it says thanks. And then Just For You with the plant instead of the flowers. I love this little plant. And it says happy birthday. Which one of these do you like better? Do you like it in the Pretty Peacock, or do you like it with the Granny Apple Green and the multicolors? I haven't found a sheet of this Full of Life paper that I haven't liked. And the Full of Life paper and Attention Shoppers are both in the annual catalog. Let me switch my camera view back over to this. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Michelle likes the Pretty Peacock better. I'd love to hear what other Granny Apple Green for Julie. Okay, it's a tie. You'll have to tell me what other, have some other people tell me which ones they like. And if you're interested in the Fun Folds and more Stamp Camp, let me know. And I do have a blog post that has instructions on how to make this card. I'm going to update that post a little bit later today, and I'll put a link in the comments on this so that you can get all the dimensions if you need them. All right. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you have a great Saturday. Take care now. Bye-bye.